Hi, I'm Lee, and I'm going to demonstrate how to use the drain and change tool. I just finished a reloading session, but I've still got a little bit of Winchester 231 powder in the powder hopper, and I need to remove that so I can switch to a different powder for a different cartridge. But rather than take the powder measure off the tool head or the tool head off the press, the drain and change tool will allow me to drain the powder without going through all of that. So the first thing I want to do is to put a vial underneath the powder funnel to capture the powder that's already in the powder bar. Now that that's in place, all I do is loosen the bell crank screw just enough to disengage the bell crank from the powder bar. The powder just fell through into there. So now I take the drain and change tool, pull the white plug because the small powder bar and the powder bar spacer have to both be removed, and I line up the large side of the powder bar or drain and change tool, and the powder will drain out through this hole that's at a diagonal through the bar. So when I get it lined up and partially engaged in the end of the powder measure, I apply a little back pressure to keep a gap from opening up that would fill with powder, and then just slide the powder bar on through. I want to keep it level because the spacer plate's still going to have powder in it, and I'm going to go ahead and capture that powder by pouring it into the vial. Now I can set the vial and the powder bar aside. So the drain and change tool is now blocking the flow of powder. All I need to do is to put my funnel up here. This is just something that I've put together myself. Put the funnel in place, take my original container from 231, put the hose into it, and now I can drain the powder. So all I have to do at this point is to push the drain and change tool in until this portion of it is flush. If I needed to shut off the flow of powder, I could just push it back until the other end is flush, and that blocks the flow. You don't have to hunt for the shutoff point. So I'm going to push it back in and let the rest of the powder drain out. It's completed. I'm going to give it a few taps to make sure that any that's got static cling will drop through. So now all the powder is back in the container, and I can take my container, cap it, set it aside, remove the funnel and hose, set that aside. Now the drain and change tool can be removed. There's no powder in there, so I don't have to reverse the procedure. Just simply slide out the drain and change tool, set it aside, take my powder bar and spacer plate and reinstall them in the press. Put the little white cube back into place. Anchors the spacer plate. Re-engage the bell crank and tighten the bell crank cube. And that's it. Now I'm ready to pour my next powder, change my tool head, whatever I need to do.